I'm Dan Musovsky. Subscribe to 110 Football.
Man, I gotta tell you, man, I am wiped.
It's because our post game ended inside the bank at like 10:30. That's probably past your bedtime, yeah?
What? No, when I got home, I couldn't stop thinking of ways I was gonna troll Austin FC all week. I mean, I didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m.
You know what? I think LAFC took care of that just fine, but we'll get to settle that on the pitch on May 18th at the bank.
You're right. For now, I'll just have to be content that the black and gold found another way to win, this time super late against Minnesota United.
But you know what? We still have plenty to discuss as LAFC are back atop the table on this week's
LAFC
360. We'll never do that again.
Hello, welcome to another episode of LAFC 360. That beautifully ugly 2-0 win is still fresh in our hands. So let's dive deeper into what we talked about last night in our instant reaction postgame. Here with me to chat is Max Bretos.
Yeah.
Back again.
Stop trying to casually raise up your sleeve.
It was a casual. I was just scratching. My skin.
Oh, yeah,
went to the beach. My skin is peeling.
Oh, yeah. Muscle Beach?
Yeah. Did you guys do the Predator high five?
We did, and Nico in the chat has already said, don't do that again.
You guys didn't like that?
Fair, totally
Who was
fair.
Schwarzenegger and who was Crow? Who was Dutch and who was Carl Weathers?
I've never seen that movie.
Oh my God.
He doesn't know who either of those people are.
Never mind. Move along. Good to be here.
And
Good to be
Vince
here.
LaRosa is also here. LaRosa Hatco back at it.
I've got a lot of irons in the fire, guys. And look at all my fans with
Where
all
the
the
shirt
hashtagging.
You're
Shirt
from
co-
where the streets
shirt
have
code's
no
next.
names.
Shirts are a hard industry to break into. Lot going on.
Hey, Vic's talking about that trumpet right before they do it, our new anthem.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Before we get started, don't forget to click on that subscribe button, like this video, and click that little bell so you can be notified when we post videos. We got to see some of you last night inside the bank, and we'd love if you guys would help spread the word. So share this video now.
Whoa.
Please.
Intense. Yeah, there you go. At least say please. Well, as Connor said, LAFC left it until the 86th minute to make the breakthrough, and as we've come to learn, Steve Cherundolo knows how to pull the strings. Let's get into everybody's favorite. Look, all I know is that every single person in the chat right now did that
trending.
over the computer. I know you guys
trending.
did because that's you guys
trending.
are my people. Let me start out the trending topics this week. And let's talk about this, something that I never thought I would say before about LAFC. They are top of the league. Yeah, they're top of the league. But I mean top of the league for set-piece goals.
Oh.
8 set pieces in 9 games. Max Bretos, it's 5 years in. Could you ever imagine we'd be here?
You call him Max Bretos?
Must be a serious question. 2 years ago, remember we'd watch and just hold our breath on every set piece, offensive and defensive. We had an issue defensively. That's much better these days. But offensively, we didn't have any threat on corners or set pieces. Once in a while, the free kick would go in because you had Eduardo Tuesta and Carlos Vela. But corner kicks, nothing. And now they look dangerous on every corner kick. They get, Mamadou Fall is obviously a big part of it. And if I saw last night, they always have it directed at him. He'd go to the far post, he'd come into all this movement where he would be the first to head it or try and put one on frame. He's obviously a big part of why, but I can't believe that this is actually a stat. I can't believe it's real.
It's great, and like you said, we used to duck and cower and be like, "Oh, we got another corner." Especially late in games when we were really.
Oh, it's terrifying.
We'd be like, "Oh, we got another corner," and then it would hit the first man.
Right. It'd be 11, 12 corners. I go, they're not going to score.
It's not just the personnel; it's the delivery now. And yes, Mamadou is such a weapon, and not just scoring goals. Like you said, they'll pinpoint him, but he's smart enough to know that I'm not scoring here, so I'm going to head it back across. And the guys know that if Mamadou is anywhere near that ball, get back to the other side of the goal because there's a good chance that ball is coming back across.
And you're right. I think that's probably my favorite thing about Mamadou is his ability not to just try to get it on goal every single time. He's aware of his surroundings and knows, like you said, if he hits it across goal, we'll pop it in.
One of the greatest athletes I've seen in this league. And that's not prisoner of the moment. That's not, hubris. I just don't see guys with that kind of athletic skill set, and it's to LAFC's benefit.
I like Luis Reyes in the chat. He karate chopped his computer at work just.
That's right.
Trending.
I was talking to somebody at the bank, and they literally had photos of Mamadou jumping because they were just like, "Isn't this incredible? Look at it!" And just the hang time
I was
and
a
the
human
athleticism.
doing that. like Cristiano Ronaldo-esque.
I know.
It is.
Just saying.
Vince, are you all right with what Thickety Wickets is saying, La Rosa Hat Company? Is there a better word in the English language than haberdashery?
Haberdashery.
I don't know if that's how you spell it, but haberdashery.
It's the correct word, though.
That's where you buy hats.
Nico, #trending, Vince's closet.
I like fashion.
#trending.
So, when we were doing the rehearsal, we were like brainstorming names for Mamadou Fall Airlines.
Right.
What was the
Faltanza.
Lufthansa?
Is this still that airline?
That Lufthansa?
Lufthansa? Is it still
Of course, they're still Lufthansa. And guess what? They're always on time.
Okay, well, great. I mean, I just know that Alitalia is no more.
Alitalia is no
People
more.
said, oh, man, we're going to miss being 45 minutes for every single connecting flight.
I always like when I go to LAX, there's a jet for Air Tahiti Nui, which I always say, I want to be on that flight because I'm going to Tahiti or I'm going to neighboring Nui, which is not as well known, but it's in the South
I do.
Pacific.
That's a one-way flight for me. I'm never coming back. You guys see me get on
Nui?
that plane, I'm just going to stay there and never come back.
You are now boarding Air Tahiti Nui Fall. All right, I beat that to death. All right.
Yeah, we did.
So the next topic is Danny Musovsky continues to come into games and changes them. Had the goal against FC Cincinnati, came in here and was in the middle of all the attacking prowess, away from goal, close to goal. This is no longer a flash in the pan. We knew Danny Musovsky was the guy who puts his work in, but he is screaming for more minutes. They're finding it. Looks like he's happy because he's contributing, but this is a guy that could start for a lot of MLS clubs.
Well, he let me down a little bit last night. He had that Messi-esque run where he cut between the two defenders, had a little burst of speed. The touch looked like it got too far in front of him, but actually sent him up nicely, didn't finish. Because what I'm going to say here is he is the best pure finisher on LAFC. And I think he's really pushing for that starting role. But what's interesting is the way Steve has still managed to keep this group cohesive, because I know that they have these kind of scenarios in their head. Hey, if it's 1-0 or 0-0, we're going to put this guy here and move this guy here. But it's not just the coaching. It's these guys come in and they really want to compete and they're really pushing.
It's not just this season for Musovsky.
Yeah.
We saw it in 2020. We saw it in 2021.
Saw when he joined the team.
Immediately. He is a natural-born goal scorer. That's what he did in high school. Crazy number of goals. In college, he's not doing it here, but it's just you put him in front of goal, he knows what to do.
Yeah. And look, the competitive.
That's an interesting word.
#trending.
You know, that competitiveness coming off.
I like
the
that you
bench.
looked at your card as if competitiveness was on there.
It's like spelt out.
Yeah.
It's like in big letters, so I can read
like
it
a dictionary
right.
entry.
Yeah.
What were you saying about competitiveness?
I'm just saying, like, these players are good in their own right. Steve Cherundolo, I don't know what he's done, but he's done something great where he's been able to kind of nurture the mindset of these players coming off the bench where they're not disappointed if they're not starting, but they know coming off the bench, they're going to prove that they should be starting. Whereas, you know, some of the times players just get mad when they're not starting. They should be, and they just, you know.
Steve Cherundolo said that. He goes, look, I know when I tell them they're not starting, you can see they're disappointed, but you give them, you make them whole by saying, look, you could be at the end of the game like this, where you get to share that moment. Everyone's going to want to start, but it's allowing people to stay happy for now. And by the way, everyone loves Musovsky in the comments.
A lot of people love Danny, and it came up in our post game because some people have said maybe Mahala's slowing down. And I'm still going to say that this is who Mahala is. He's still a very raw player. Still has to learn some things. I think that chance that he kind of snatched at, a more experienced player would know that he has time to trap the ball and then finish into that open net. But how close do we think that Danny is to possibly taking a spot along that starting front? And does it work? Does the balance still work with Danny, Chicho, Carlos, or will we see a little bit different, we think?
I think the combinations are what might prevent it, because clearly Steve Cherundolo wants Mahala in that lineup because of what he's able to do. I mean, he's a whirling dervish. He can get vertical. So there's always going to be a spot for him, and you would imagine Musovsky and Chicho kind of do the same thing. So, you know, if Chicho
they're going to be going to a lot of the same areas.
And Brian's going to come back at some point, so it's going to be really congested.
Izzy's going to come back?
Izzy's going to come back, and all those guys, I mean, they've all put their hand up to score. I think Danny Musovsky, as I say, could start for a lot of MLS teams, and I think LAFC are going to want to keep him engaged here. So I see a lot more playing time, especially with the reaction he's caused. I was saying if he's went to another MLS team, he could score 10, 15 goals a season.
Yeah.
He might score 6 or 7 for LAFC. If he
Off
scores
the bench.
10 or 15 goals a season, summertime for the U.S. men's national team, I'm not saying he's going to get called in, but if you score 15 goals, they're going to be like, who's this Musovsky kid? I guarantee you.
Yeah, take that, North Macedonia.
Yeah. Well, and Kyle pointed out, Danny and Chicho do have
Yeah.
kind of innate chemistry, and we saw it last season. It really started last season. I mean, they recreated that San Jose goal against Orange County, which was incredible. I remember exactly when it happened. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it!" I was like, "I think we've seen this before. Like we've literally seen it before." And LAFC was able to kind of mash it together.
Is that our new favorite bromance? Chicho, Musovsky.
Yeah, that's a good shout, Kyle, because you're right. And those, I mean,
I like it because center forwards don't normally have romances. Normally, it's like the guys don't like each
yeah.
other at all because you're competing exactly with that guy, not just for playing time, but for goals.
Yeah.
Like if they're both on the field, they want to be the ones scoring.
Yeah, rather than. I will say, Juan Vargas, you've currently are now on number 1 in my favorite.
Yeah.
Who's Vanessa
Top
Gillies?
3 defender for Angel City.
Oh, that's right. I thought it said Gills.
Who was in the North End
Yeah.
for the game against Minnesota. Had a great time.
So a lot of people are talking about Escobar. I guess I didn't see that, but he shouldn't be upset if he was because he's just coming back from injury.
Yeah, but that's one of those things that I think a coach doesn't mind that. Like, it's not like he came off the field screaming at Steve. I mean, he wants to play, and he feels like he's fit enough to go an entire match. He doesn't want to come out. I think managers will be okay with that in the moment. Obviously, if it festers longer, then you might have a problem. But that just seems
So LAFC.
Can I quickly jump on that? 4-4-2, because I thought that, Omar. Maybe there's a possibility you put Carlos a little deeper and.
The only way I can see it is if
and
you're playing with a
Chicho.
diamond because we do not have wide midfielders.
Okay. We played 4-4-2 a little bit at the end of the game. We brought
did.
that extra midfielder in.
Did. Poncho did great job.
So LAFC 2-0, controlled most of the game, but was that because LAFC is the best team in the league? Or is that because Minnesota is not the best team in the league?
Well, two things can be true. LAFC definitely is the best team in the league. Minnesota, I don't think is that bad. I think they're going to be competing for a playoff.
They also had a couple injuries too.
They had a couple of injuries. It was definitely the way Adrian Heath set up, and I think before the game he might have gotten some tips from a certain someone. He's pointing actually to the spot on the field where he met that someone.
But yeah, you talked to Adrian Heath?
I talk to every coach. I go down there. I like to talk to them. And
So you were like,
what do you guys talk about?
so you're like, hey,
I try to get the starting 11 so I can give it to Steve.
Oh God!
Guess who took that photo?
You traitor! You
Paul?
traitor!
Paul, team security, Paul.
well, he's got to keep an eye out for security, and clearly you're giving up
No,
secrets.
I know Adrian. I mean, there's some coaches I'm good friends with.
Do you guys have cute nicknames for each other? I assume you call him Heath.
Does he call you
5 or
Maxie?
6 I'm good friends with, and I'm
Maxine
looking
Heathcliff.
forward.
No, he calls you Bricks.
Bretos. I go, hey,
Bricks
Gaffa.
Wilson.
Hey,
Bricks
Gaffa.
Wilson.
Did he
Bricks
walk over to you?
Wilson.
Did he walk over to you and he was like, "This LAFC team's pretty good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep my fullbacks deep. I'm going to have 2 defensive midfielders. I'm going to have some combative wingers. I'm going to have Robin Lod out there because he's going to run around a lot because that's exactly what happened."
I will say, this is what I said. I go, hey, we're glad you're here. I know that this is a burgeoning rivalry. I mean, people get excited in Minnesota. This was a hot ticket. This is a Minnesota team that's won in this stadium. So there's some elements there. This is a Minnesota team that makes the playoffs year in, year out. That's good. So that's what I told him.
Do you think if he could do it again, obviously result notwithstanding, but he made it into the 82nd minute, 0-0, do you think he would do it the same way all over again? Like,
Yeah.
Is this his blueprint?
I think in this game, especially the way LAFC is playing, you have to be a very resourceful way. You're going to see more of it, right? This season, you're going to see more of teams having to play this because LAFC is starting to really churn.
Well, like you said, they had some players out, but there's going to be some teams that are even lesser talented, and they're going to only see. This is the only way they could even crack the door open to some point.
I said this on, I think it was the Expansion Manager show just the other week. 5 years. 5 years has gone by. I don't feel like it's good enough for Minnesota. I don't know. Is there
It was so bad that
is there
first year.
aspirations just like, okay, we have a cool stadium, we'll just coast?
I think they've been somewhat ambitious. They're out there. Look, they had Luis
some money.
Amaria and Franco Fragapane come off the bench, that showed Adrian Heath's cards. But those are guys that they spend money on. I know they're always in the look in search of another number 9. They're like LAFC. They're active in South America. They're ambitious. They're a top team that I'm excited that will be there amongst the other.
To Connor's point, though, they are talented. They do have a great stadium. They have a pretty good fan base. And one of the things that we love about LAFC is when they go on the road, they do not change. And Adrian was more than willing to let LAFC dictate that game. Even his subs, he waited until he was like, okay, Steve's going for it. They're going to be a little more open. Now I'll finally go for it a little bit. And I think maybe that's where Minnesota fans might not love the tactic.
No.
I like Soccer USA's comment. Rumor has it around the 78th minute, Heath was asking the fourth official when halftime was.
That's good. A lot of people say Minnesota played well, so.
They created the biggest
Or La
chance
Tabla said it twice.
to start that second half.
They did,
and
but
that
they
was scary.
also made it very frustrating. A very frustrating game for LAFC.
That's what happens when you keep 6 guys back at all times.
I know. Park the bus, FC.
It wasn't a park the bus. It was a low block scene, but it wasn't a park the
Well, they were coming into this game to try to not lose.
Yes. They almost
But
got away with it. They almost
it didn't
did
look
it.
like they were really trying to win.
It's about playing the percentages and cracking the door open just that little bit, that extra sliver of hope, keeping it tight in the game, and maybe you nip one. It's the smash and grab approach, which, being an English manager, he's very keen on.
Smash and grab, man.
But I want to
Cat amongst the pigeons.
I want to move this along. We talked about the way the Minnesota fullbacks played, and they were very conservative. But the fullbacks for LAFC, Cheeky Palacios, Ryan Hollingshead, Franco Escobar, they've all been incredible. There's only 2 spots for 3 guys. But what's been the change? Like, fullback play wasn't our strong suit last season.
No, and it was a lot of guys. Remember, we had the 3 back and we had the wing backs by necessity because, look, we didn't have the roster a season ago. And we saw Cheeky Palacios come into central midfield at the end. He played it pretty well. So now he can focus on that. And we said, he's got to be a left back for his market value to raise. I think the difference, Cheeky Palacios put the work in. Franco Escobar and Ryan Hollingshead are proven veterans in this league. We knew that coming in. That's why there were 2 savvy moves. But Cheeky Palacios has put the work in. But being coached by Steve Cherundolo is such a bonus. He is the best fullback in American history. I think the only one we can put in there who's a bit of a hybrid is DeMarcus Beasley. But Steve Cherundolo is the best. As a right back, and Hollingshead and Escobar, they know about that. They know about his prowess. That to me, that has to be playing a big role here.
You know, what I find funny is that ever since JR, the Scarf, had said that Cheeky Palacios is not good enough, he's like upped his game so much.
I think Cheeky's watching this.
Cheeky, I know you're watching, and I know that must make you feel really bad.
Well, we get a chance to be out at training.
Is Cheeky the best left back in the league right now? Is he playing as the best left back?
He's definitely in the category of the best 11, so that
maybe him and John Tolkien.
Oh, you just like Tolkien's hair. But
I love him.
No, but we get out to training a lot, and to speak to Steve, like coaching up these fullbacks, it's the entire back line. Like anytime we see an exercise where the back line is involved in like their shape and how they move forward and how they keep compressed, Steve is a part of it. And Steve's moving the ball around and he's actively coaching them. And he said it in the post game. He was speaking specifically about Franco, but it's about timing. It's about when you arrive. And I feel like Cheeky in the previous seasons was all about getting to the byline, finding a cross, but so many times he would run into the byline, a defender would be there, the cross wouldn't be on because it's kind of a hard cross to hit. Steve has got him into the mindset of, okay, go forward now because the space is there, then you can pick up your head, and that's where he's gotten good individually, and that's why I think his crosses are better because he has a little bit of extra time on the ball. And that's been good, honestly, not just for us offensively, but defensively. How many odd man rushes have we given up this season? I feel like I can only count them like on one hand.
And he's the combination plays, as you said, are great. He does it with Vela sometimes. He did it with Pancho Ginella at the end, which led to the Sifu goal. I saw Omar saying, I hope Cheeky breaks into a starter role on the national team. The problem for that is the guy in front of him, Pervis Estupiñán, is playing in the Champions League semifinal this week. He's really good, but he's going to be on the plane to Qatar for sure. I mean, they've got to be thrilled in Ecuador to see the development of Cheeky and Sifu here.
What is written on that card?
What do you? There's
that dramatic pause.
There is nothing on this card. I just like having something.
I would show them my card. It's completely blank.
Wow.
I got some.
Oh, you got some. You're the only one with something. Anyway, I'm too young to know what Dr. Dolittle is, but Vince assures me that it's a movie about a human who can speak to animals. I'm a cynical teenager, so I assume he's like just trying to trick me.
It's a documentary. It really happened.
It really happened. Nevertheless, we asked LAFC players what they'd rather do: speak every language in the world, or be able to talk to animals.
Speak every language. I feel like that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm struggling to speak a little bit of Spanish now, so if I can speak a little bit of Spanish, that'd be huge, but I think that'd be awesome.
Animales.
Speak every language.
Speak any language.
Animals. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. These are good questions.
Qué buena pregunta, ¿eh? Idiomas.
I'll speak every language in the world, man.
You don't want to talk to animals?
Oh, come on, man.
Difícil. Cualquier idioma.
Prefiero... ¿Qué pregunta? Hablar cualquier idioma.
Talk to animals, for sure.
What animal would you want to talk to?
Probably dogs. I love dogs, and just to be able to have a conversation with them would be cool.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Thickety. What would you guys want to do? Talk to animals or speak every language?
Speak every language. I mean, I'd love to talk to my dog, but I'm afraid that the conversation will fizzle out really quickly. Go, where are the treats? I go, I heard you the first time.
Do you think she hates you?
No, she loves me. But I'd like to hear when I'm packing my bag, leaving out of town. She's looking at me like this, going, "Where do you think you're going?" I'm gonna pee on the rug if you leave. That would be interesting intel.
I mean, that's the more worldly answer, so you should say every language, but I don't want to talk to my dog. Because she's kind of feisty, got her own personality. I bet you we'd have good conversation.
But we're talking about just the dog. Like, you would hear...
Well, no one wants to talk to cats.
I know, but you would hear the voices of every animal. You'd be walking around, there'd be like a squirrel, like you step on a cockroach. Ah!
You know food are just running around like, food.
Some might call Max an animal.
That's not true.
He does run around just going food.
Okay, so that was a good class of 2022. Now we have a little dilemma going on. Are you aware of this?
Do we?
We have the Players to Watch results contest, and it's a two-way tie.
What?
And can I show?
Ties?
A tie?
We don't do ties here.
Yeah.
Can I show?
Yeah.
What do you think, this is soccer where there's ties? Oh, wait.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I don't want to touch it.
It is a cool hat. Yeah, don't touch the
good.
signatures. Never been worn.
Hey, Craig Griffin, I can speak Scots. Right? Get some haggis and that frosty cold one.
Well, Max will never be welcomed in Scotland now.
I've been to Scotland. They love me.
So what are we doing to break this tie, Max?
Could you remind me there, producer, how we're going to break? Oh, Rochambeau. It'll be Carl
the
Weathers
producer?
versus
Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Let's go.
Okay.
Who are you playing for?
I'm playing for, I think it's Jeff Triad.
Jeff Triad. And I'm playing for Make LAFC Great Again. So you two are in the running.
At LAFC Great Again on Instagram, at Jeff Triad on Twitter.
Okay, best 2 out of 3.
Best 2 out of 3.
So wait, we're going to
On
do
shoot.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
On shoot.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Best
I'll
2
be
out
the
of 3.
judge.
Okay.
This is for you, Jeff Triad.
It's actually very
let's do it.
dramatic.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Do you want me to count?
1, 2, 3, shoot. Yeah, go.
1, 2, 3, shoot. That was dreadful.
That was.
One for me. What
One
do you
for
mean?
Connor.
Follow
I lost.
the sounds that come out of
I
my
don't care.
mouth.
Okay, I just wasn't ready because I'm looking at.
Ready,
All right.
set, go. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh.
That's a tie?
Oh. This is for you.
Pressure.
Make LAFC great again.
Do we go 3 out of 5?
No. We'll be here
Keep
forever.
doing this for the rest
Come
of the
on.
hour.
This is probably the
Okay.
most.
By the way,
I'm gonna go-
your count is so dramatic.
It's going to be ready, set, 3. Ready,
Okay.
set, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Wait.
3.
And then
Ready,
on 3,
ready, set, 1,
3, 2,
3.
Okay.
and you do it on 3.
Yes.
No, and then shoot.
And shoot. That's what I'm
Shoot.
saying.
Ready?
Shoot.
Okay,
See,
yeah,
shoot.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm too
Ready,
emotional for this.
set, 1, 2. Stop.
Ah.
Oh my God.
Are you guys for real? Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
Okay. My God.
Okay, ready?
Okay. We got this? We clear. Are you guys clear?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, shoot. Unbelievable. You guys still messed it up. You're
No,
like a
we
stiff.
just both tied.
It's like I'm
Come on.
no, but it's like
Okay,
I'm
Connor,
watching.
just me and you.
It's like
Okay,
I'm watching
here
on
we
a
go.
delayed.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
On shoot. Right. 1, 2, 3. Shoot. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Ready? 1, 2.
Oh my God.
3, shoot.
Damn.
Ah! Let's go.
That's-
Let's go. I love you, Jeff.
May have been that. Send that.
you're
Send
welcome.
that clip to the Emmy folks.
Just
That
end the
was
sh- just end
probably the
show.
most. This is for you. Look at this.
Wow.
Jeff, this is yours. LAFC. Make LAFC great again. I'm sorry. I'm Team
Beautiful
Jeff.
hat.
Is there there's like
By
a,
the way, no way. Brainwashing is
Yeah,
to be LAFC fans. Well
Add
done.
Jeff Triad on Twitter, DM us, and then we'll sort you out so you can get this LAFC team signed hat that I won for you. I did that for you.
there's a museum of TV and film. Is there like a museum of YouTube? Because that should go there.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was probably.
That should definitely go there.
So now a part that we're all going to look forward to. This may be a little more tedious than the Rochambeau. It is Connor's player ratings for LAFC's game against Minnesota United.
Yeah, let's do player ratings.
Well, at least all of you in the chat can play along a lot easier because it's weird for you guys to try to throw rock, paper, scissors against us. But please get in the chat. We want to see what your ratings are. And let's see what Connor's penmanship looks like.
Yeah, and I didn't say anything. I don't know what you guys are doing. Okay. I don't know why I put my cards away because I have them right here.
You already put the score.
Oh, Connor Rochambeau.
Rochambeau. I like that.
Actually. Somebody hurry up and
That's
get
like
that.
Bubba Gump Co.
Get that shirt made.
Yeah, get that domain
Print
before
the
it goes.
shirts.
Okay, so player ratings. Look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
Nice
okay.
little iPad action.
You know,
You're just
Maxime
gonna go into
Crépeau. I
Clean sheet.
clean sheet, yes, but I don't think he really was like challenged too much.
He scared the bejesus out of Robin Lod.
He did, but then on top of that, distribution again wasn't too good.
Little rough.
There was a couple times when you had flashbacks
wow.
of the
Iron
FC
Fist
Cincinnati.
Kalopsis.
Well, there was one where he played a ball and Ilya
So,
just played it quickly and was like, not again.
Six is going to be my baseline. I'm not really going to do like the 0.5s, point whatever. So I'm going to just do
hey.
a nice little 7. It was a good performance. Nothing crazy.
What's
Fair.
what's your deal with decimal points? Why don't you like?
We got 7.5s
Too
and
many
7s.
numbers. There's too many numbers. I'm
Okay.
simple.
An 8 from Nico.
Wow. Okay, so you're very harsh.
I
compared
don't
to
think a
these
7 is harsh. Most.
No,
like-
you went 6.5.
I think 7.5 is the right.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said-
See, you're in your decimal thing in your mind. Okay, moving on. Franco Escobar, in your mind. Franco Escobar, I think he had a great game considering he's back from injury. Was really involved, especially in the final third. I'm gonna give him an 8.
Wow.
I think he played really good.
Good.
And we talked about the fullbacks a little bit earlier. He's a player in which, long term, I see like this is great for LAFC.
I think he played the type of game, and Chicho should have scored that cutback that he had.
Yeah.
It was a really well worked play. That's the type of game that should get rewarded with Player of the Week. It never will because he didn't score a goal, but that was a good fullback performance.
Franco's averaging around 7 from our.
I think
acidic.
I think Murillo and Fall both played a fantastic game. I'm not going to really talk too much about it. I'm going to give them both 8s. I think you're seeing the center back partnership between the two.
Yeah.
Really,
So you have 3 8s there.
3 8s.
Wow.
And
Well,
Cheeky
they got a
Palacios.
clean sheet.
All right,
8.
look at that back line.
Yep.
8-8-8. Cheeky Palacios.
He's going to have to be bigger.
9.
9.
9.
Okay.
Outstanding performance again from Cheeky
Wow.
Palacios. Not too much to say. Latif Blessing.
Cheeky Palacios better be in Team of the Week, right?
He's on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the
Didn't
left
score
back?
a goal.
Latif Blessing.
Santos.
I'm going to give a 6. It's this weird thing. I talked about it in the postgame how him and Sifu continue to, the one starting, not play that well, and then the one coming off the bench changes the dynamic of the game. And it's weird because they're rotating very consistently.
Yeah, I mean, it was really back to the tactics again.
Yep.
Adrian Heath kept his defensive mids in place, so I don't think Latif was able to find as much space. And then as the game wears, guys get worn down, Sifu gets to come and reap the benefits.
Yep.
Soccer USA got Palacios a 9.5. That
There
is
you go.
that is high praise, but not far-fetched.
Ilya Sanchez, 8. I think just once again, the class he has on the field.
set up
The slide tackle he made
Yeah.
on that thing where he came across to stop a rare.
We haven't mentioned
Onward
it at all,
slot.
but probably the best part of LAFC's game was the counter press. And
Yeah.
Ilya really set up the counter press well in that match.
Yeah. Should we start
Work the
calling him
referees a little
Alcobe?
bit.
Oh, he'd probably love it.
Sorry, Edward. Acosta, I'm gonna give a 7. Standard performance from him. Not anything crazy special I saw on the field, but hey,
Just got
great.
the job done.
Just got the job done.
Yeah,
and
but
that
I
should
would
reward some
reward
point.
him for that consistency.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a 7.
That's a 7.
But I
That's
thought
good.
he had some really nice moments too. But then there it is. There you go.
Boris says your baseline.
008.
Boris says your baseline is an 8.
Well, that's sure.
When you look,
Yeah, sure.
those scores when you win 2-0, that's what your
Well, so
rating should look like.
We're getting to the front line now, and none of these guys scored goals.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have Vela at a 7. I think you're right. We talked about this earlier. The little things that Carlos does, especially this year when I think the team needs that the most, he does a great job. But just because you love to see Vela scoring the goals, big DP, only DP on the field last night, it wasn't anything like crazy. This is him again with Acosta. It's just consistency. Like
Okay.
that's him. It's baseline 7. It's fine.
By the way, we talked about that earlier as in rehearsal. Wait a
Oh, did we not talk about that?
no.
Oh,
Wait a
I didn't talk about that.
Some people say you should skip Chicho.
skip Chicho. I'm gonna give Chicho a 6.
Yeah. He's got to
He
get
took
that
a step
chance on
back from
target.
when he did so well last week, but still a positive situation that he's in, but it wasn't as good as the last 2 games we saw from him.
confused setting up the press at times too.
Yeah, and a player of his quality, especially with the last season, you just need him to be a little more lethal. Maybe like Danny Musovsky. Okay.
I guarantee that's going to be something
It's a
that's going to
talking
come up the next couple weeks.
Just another time, maybe he's not the right fit for that third forward spot. Maybe it is a Moose. Maybe it is George Roddy. Maybe it is Brian. I don't know. I don't think he was at his best this game for whatever reason. So I'm going to give him
5?
5.
No.
No, I don't think so. He was still, look, you should get credit for getting in the right position to have the big chances he had. Yes, he didn't finish them. And I think a lot of his work goes unsung. He's the guy, sealing off a side for the press and things that you don't normally look at. 5 is harsh. Maybe 6.
I like being harsh.
No, you don't. People were saying your baseline is 8.
What
about the subs?
Subs really quick.
Had to be high marks.
Ginella, 8. Sifu, 9. Danny, 9. The Sheed, 9.
Wait, Danny 9?
Danny, 9. Yeah.
Had one big opportunity, missed it.
No, he was good.
He was good.
I'd say 8,
but
but
9
not
good?
9. Not 9 good. Not on Palacios level. Sorry. Change it. Go ahead and change
ready? 8.9.
it. By the way, how valuable is it that we have
Here,
this US
and also,
Open Cup to get these guys
Steve
to minutes?
Cherundolo, 10 out of 10. Once again.
J. David Wallace has back heel Poncho 8 for the time on the field. Just rate the back heel.
Should I rate the back heel?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what was great about that back heel? The reaction from the crowd. When he hit it, the whole, ooh, and you're like, oh, and then cheeky, bang.
We hit it in the press box. We were like, oh my God, that was incredible. And then they scored. We're like, well.
There you go.
It was, the reaction was so freaking rad.
I like the iPad. It's fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's this new technology. It's very exciting.
Have you guys seen like the big one?
Wait, Bretos is clowning you about, you're the youngster and he's the one.
At least I can take a joke.
What are you trying to say?
I could take him. Pitch him out. I could take it.
As amazing.
I think that was directed at me.
As amazing as those player ratings were, let's move on to
Were
something
they?
even. Yes, they were great, Vince. Let's move on to
Was
something.
that in the script? That wasn't the prompter, was it?
Let's move on to something better with this week's ICU. This is where we acknowledge something or someone that maybe flew under the radar a bit. So let's start with you, Max. What is your ICU?
ICU, MLS table. I see LAFC in first place in the West, so let's drop the tacos, Austin. I see you, Philadelphia, first place in the East. And that's interesting because next Saturday at Bank of California Stadium, if you can't make it out, available on KCOP 13, just our third local broadcast. There'll be a lot more coming.
He's back.
We're back. It will be LAFC versus Philadelphia. First versus first. That's the good stuff. You don't get that all the time, but we're going to get it. I have been wrong about, I thought that we should focus more on the West playing the West, the East playing the East. I'm so exciting to get these Eastern Conference games. Keep them coming. Philadelphia are very good. They were in Nashville and they got a point at their new park. But first versus first is very marketable, and Major League Soccer needs marketable.
Yeah, after a season where we kind of like haven't played too many Eastern Conference teams.
Yeah. Look, we have Austin in about 10 days too, or a couple, 2.5 weeks.
Look, obviously LAFC is going to be one of the teams that year in, year out are on a lot of national broadcasts, and for good reason. So Max, unfortunately, doesn't get to call a lot of Galaxy games, but the fact that you're calling 1 versus 1, East-West, I think that's going to be an incredible game.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you saying that.
If you're out of market, you can watch it on ESPN. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Generally, I like games. You look at the schedule and go, that's not going to be good, and then the season rolls around and go, that's a great game now.
Yep.
So there you go.
My ICU, I'm going to flip the script a little bit. I watch a lot of women's national team soccer, and at halftime, they'll talk about MLS games. Whereas when I watch men's national team, they're never talking about NWSL. So in this MLS show, I'm going to talk about NWSL, and I'm going to talk about Angel City. An incredible night on Friday, and it wasn't just a sellout. It wasn't just a 2-1 victory. It wasn't just celebrations. It was this. Seeing the posts from parents posting their sons and daughters just with absolute joy, starry-eyed, seeing all their heroes, knowing that now this is a reality and this is a pathway for them. I just think that it's incredible because representation does matter, and this is the new normal in a good way. We don't always use the new normal.
That was a good one, Vince.
But this is the new normal, and I love to see it. I love to see how proud these parents are, knowing that their sons and daughters can actually see the pathway. And
there is a pathway now, and then you could be developed here, and you know that you're not going to break the bank, but if you want to play when you're 14, 15, you can move to NWSL or the MLS academies and get playing.
Well,
make money, make a career, start a career.
I'm of an age where the only thing I've ever known is there's been professional soccer in North America.
But we haven't had developing young players. A lot of, if you're a really good player, and I'm not saying these kids are at the stadium are all going to be this level, but they all dream big, dream big. But if you're a Christian Pulisic, you got to go to Germany or these places or these academies that are away from home, and families got to pay for it, and you don't see your kids. You can do it in your backyard now.
Well, that's why I see you, Angel City. Great rollout for your first game. I can't wait to see what comes next. But the future is very bright as you look in the eyes of these.
Sorry I interrupted you, Jose.
My ICU, similar to some of you guys in the chat, we were inside the bank for the first time ever for last night's pregame tailgate. And
We got to meet a lot of people that are in the chat.
And
which
yeah,
is great.
some of you guys, you showed up. And it was fun being there with all of you guys, our fans, our family, our friends. And then, just being at the bank and doing that. That was very big for us here at 110 Football. We are very happy to have been able to do that. And yeah, it looked good, and our numbers were great.
Yeah. Look at Seth Levin there, Vince. Look at that. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, you got to share that with your family. I mean, it was just, honestly, a friend of the show, Rodney Wallace, I was just following along his story and just seeing how happy he was to have his girls there and just how excited they were. The joy was transferred back and forth between parent to kid. And I can't even imagine those kids looking and getting to see someone like Kristen Press walk out there and just put a cape on it. Like, just a hero. It's got to be incredible.
Well,
How good are the players? The players have to be sitting there going,
yeah.
What a moment.
And reading some of your comments in the chat, like, we're genuine in when we say, like, when we're at the bank, we're always there. We're doing the pregame, whether it's in the southwest corner of the concourse, whether we're by where free play used to be. Come say hi. We want to meet you guys. We want you guys to be part of the show, and it's great.
Apparently, just want to meet the scarf, according to J. David Wallace.
The scarf he's an incredible man.
Yes, he is.
It's one of the
That's
best,
what I would want to meet.
The scarf is one of the best
Salt of
human
the earth.
beings I know. So definitely would love
La
to.
Table, yeah, we're going to be there.
La table.
We will be.
I think it's time for some questions.
Yes, everyone's in there. We're engaged. So let's ask some questions about LAFC. If you want to do a little pivot about
And I'll see
soccer
this
in Los
while you guys are
Angeles.
thinking about your questions. I put it out there, ask for questions. People are still just battling about breakfast tacos and breakfast burritos. So where does our panel fall? You breakfast taco guy or breakfast burrito? I have had the breakfast tacos.
I'm
Connor
a
had it
huevos
recently there in
rancheros guy.
Austin.
Yeah.
You just go completely off the board in huevos
Yeah.
rancheros. I am a huevos rancheros.
Huevos Rancheros at, I forgot the place. I haven't been there in so long. Lares, West LA, the best.
Kitchen 24 used to have a really good huevos rancheros. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good.
What do you find?
No meat.
What about
no,
chilaquiles?
It's if you're vegetarian, huevos rancheros, bro.
Yeah. Connor, breakfast,
I'm not vegetarian, but
Neither
thank
am I,
you.
but you can't eat meat all the time, right?
breakfast burrito or
I would rather save my
like a good- I
burrito
like-
for lunch and dinner for me personally.
both lunch and dinner.
Yeah, I want the meats. I want the al pastor taco. I want the surf and turf burrito.
You want it all. I told you. Didn't I tell you? He's like the squirrel. He runs around just going food, food, food.
I think I saw who was the comment? Someone said Boris said seeing what did we think about LAFC and Galaxy jerseys in the North End during the ACFC game?
Don't like it.
No?
Well, they specifically have asked not to wear MLS jerseys.
Yeah.
Either come with your Angel City gear or just come dressed as you are, but you don't need to have MLS jerseys.
I don't know if you should be telling people what they should wear, though.
Yeah, I think that
I don't know
agree.
about that. I mean, let people come because you want to represent. I understand why, but that's something. That's a slippery slope for me.
All right, that's fair.
I get it why, and I will enforce it if I have to. I'm just a little. But
you want people wearing ACFC jerseys.
I will say this: there's nothing more
Right,
annoying
but
than
you
seeing
can't-
baseball games with
you
the guy with the
can't-
Marlin jersey
Well, I would
in
say
there.
this: at LAFC games, you can't go into the North End with a different MLS team jersey on.
Nor would I. But then again, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Proceed with caution if you do that.
Right.
Probably get a beer on you.
Let's go to Soccer USA's question. This is kind of spicy. Krapo's confidence is not safe after the Galaxy loss. Is that cause for concern? Do we agree with that? I don't necessarily agree with that.
No.
No, he's unflappable, right? He'll shake that off.
Because I think against Cincinnati, Cincinnati would have been the time I would have been worried because he definitely put himself in that bad spot, but then he had some good saves.
Yeah. By the way, there's a really nice moment at the end of the game where Crapo grabs Murillo and Fall by the neck, and he's like shaking him. Like, that gave me goosebumps. It shows you the relationship those guys are having.
It was that first or second week, and I talked about how much I love that Krapo just daps up his defenders and really gets them excited. Like, a lot of goalkeepers are more than willing to yell at their defenders, but not a lot of them give them credit for just the little plays. And there was a couple times where, like, Murray made a play or somebody just blocked a shot. And yeah, it's part of their job, but Krapo sprinted over there, hey, man, great job, and they got right back into position. I think that matters.
So
to these
positive. Because we've talked about goalkeepers that are, they rail on their defenders and they're like, they're telling them what to do, and it's some lecturing, and some great goalkeepers that do that. And it works, but I like the Crépeau approach.
You know, you have quarterbacks in the NFL that they'll buy like all their linemen like nice watches or something because they're the guys that protect them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're not quite there yet as a league in terms of salaries, but
Think Crépeau's going to buy Rolexes?
Max makes a nice bit of coin. Maybe he could get his. I bet you he would be the type of guy that would start that as a tradition, getting his defenders gifts.
Comments are rolling in. I want to say Gomez, he says, it's LA, we're representing LA, but if you have Angel City gear, then obviously wear it, yes.
Yeah.
M-Dom, any news on Eddie? He's getting close. We'll be at training tomorrow, and we'll get a good look, but he is really eager, I can tell you that. He's going to be here. I mentioned summertime. That's just me saying that. We'll get
Well, I think they found that they don't have to.
They don't have to
really
rush
push him.
Nico's saying, will 110 football be at the Leagues Cup game against America? We will be.
Oh,
We'll be in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to do our whole.
No, but I can assure you we will be in some way.
I will encourage everyone to go there because I think that place, it's going to be a lot of America fans and Chivas fans. But if we fill that up and America sees what that place looks like for soccer, come World Cup time in 2026.
Yeah, very good chance that could be a curtain raiser for a World Cup final.
Or a curtain closer.
Great second half performance, great subs, but does this underline the need for a new DP given the slow starts? And do you agree the slow starts are a concern as teams will figure LAFC out?
I don't know if this was a slow start, this game. They didn't score.
Mm-hmm. I would agree that this was a continuation of the Cincinnati game where they create. Actually, this was a bit slower because the chances weren't as big as they were against Cincinnati, but I don't think it's slow per se.
I would say, I don't know if it's slow per se, and I feel like it's going to happen. I want to see a goal in the first half. It's going to happen. Maybe it happens Saturday. But with DP, they're going to sign a DP in the summer. I just don't think it's – where do you play him? I mean, we're talking about getting Tajiri Shrade minutes.
To Craig's point, there is a DP that's still missing, and he's injured, and he's going to be back soon.
Yeah. But we always say, like, traditionally, regardless of the situation of the lineup, you just go for a forward DP because it'll work itself out and it will work. I genuinely do not know if that is the answer for LAFC right now.
John has changed his tune just a little bit and said, actually, we were looking almost exclusively at the attacker. He's like, but I have more data points now, and maybe I need to start looking at other parts of the roster because the worst thing you can do is spend a lot of money bringing a DP and then he's not getting on the field.
And you don't have to big money DP. You can have a savvy DP. It could be a developmental DP, which I think is where they will lean to. A guy like Brian was 3 years ago that you're bringing at 18.
But when you have players off the bench genuinely contributing as much as they are, and there's already that healthy competition of 5 and 6 guys, it's like you don't put a 7th in there, right?
You don't.
But if I trusted anyone to make it work, it seemed like Steve just has gotten these guys all bought in. There doesn't seem, people pointed out that Franco was upset coming off the field, but I think that's just one of those temporary things where, he wants to play a whole game, and I want him to want to play a whole game.
I saw him I was down on the field at the end of the game, and he was with his teammates, and he was enjoying the moment too. So I don't think he's holding I don't know what he was, maybe he was upset about something else, maybe he was upset, I don't know, I couldn't tell you.
Not a question, but Joseph Sandoval says hi. Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
Should we move forward? We got another question.
Score prediction for Philadelphia?
Oh, you can't do that. You're calling the game.
Yeah, you're right.
I will say, someone was asking, I think it was J. David Wallace, how often we'll be inside the bank. The way that works is for the national broadcast and some of the local broadcasts, they'll have the desks there and be shooting content there. But some games, they don't do that. So whenever they don't, we'll be there.
Either Rogo or us. One way or another, you're going to have a good time because Rogo's a good time. So either go say hi to him or come say hi to us.
Yeah. Love Rogo. But we're coming.
Good we're ducking out because we're getting some interesting questions we probably don't. Favorite board game?
Is water
bigger
wet?
Bigger closets?
Is water wet?
Water is wet.
Oh, is my partner's closet? She loves clothes as well, so we have bursting closets.
Yeah, but you have most of the clothes. You have a hat, and that you probably have.
I have more hats.
Do you have foam heads for the hats?
She's recently gotten into the hats. No, actually, you get nice hat boxes.
There it is.
Where the streets of
Wait, show the feather. Show the feather. Show the feather.
Which side is the feather on?
The other side, and like tilt down. Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow, strong.
He's not gonna be.
I did that part myself.
I did be looking for a fight and Telluride.
If I could get out there.
Vince, are you the one in the relationship that takes too long to get ready?
That is no.
No?
No, I'm very quick. I don't have hair.
La Tabla, it's a small stain. That's why I love it. You'll be able to find these guys. Just do a little, look for the lights. Look for the lights. Great stuff, everybody. We appreciate that. And we're now moving into
the fourth official has raised the board. Don't try it.
Okay,
Don't
that's
try
not
it. It's time for stoppage time, everybody. It's our chance to rant and rave a little bit about anything, and we do this under the cover of secrecy. Our producers don't even know what we're going to talk about.
No one
Connor,
knows
you
what
up
we're gonna
first.
talk about.
Start dropping all those F-bombs. Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
I already did one earlier.
Yeah. I just denied it. Now you're
fart.
actually.
Did you say fart?
My stoppage time, Crépeau, St. Clair, two of the best goalkeepers in MLS.
Oh,
if not
brother.
the best goalkeepers in MLS. Yes, they're both Canadian, and that does not
we knew
at
that.
all play a part in my bias towards both of them. But those two keepers are the future of Canadian soccer, and we're watching it unfold right in front of our eyes, and I couldn't be happier.
I probably shouldn't tell you this, but two very illustrious journalists in soccer both told me that Canada's going to move into the round of 16.
What were their first names?
I'm not going to get into it, but they're
Initials.
never mind.
No, don't. We know one.
RH. But both of them said that Canada's going to
Ryan
beat
Holiday?
Belgium is going to be the upset of the tournament. The other one said that could happen as well. So.
Well, Canada, Croatia, Belgium, Morocco. It's tough, but
So
I
when you were
appreciate
talking
that.
to Sam Stechko and Paul Tenorio. No?
It wasn't them.
Ah, so
More international based.
so close.
Anyway,
but
two
was that-
best keepers in MLS. I'll tell you that right now. Sorry, not sorry.
Better than Andre Blake.
Yeah, he has one-off games here and there. That is great.
Better than Gaga Slonina?
Cast
He had a
aside a
roughie.
two-time
He had a roughie.
goalkeeper of the year. He's
old news.
Regressing
Yes.
just a little bit. All right, let's move along. I'm going to take the topic that I think a lot of people have been saying the quiet part loudly in the chat. They think that Carlos Vela is past it, and I do not believe that's so. Carlos Vela is definitely not the highlight reel that he used to be. He's not the guy that's going to score 30-some-odd goals in a season, but he's definitely contributing to this team in ways that you just got to keep your eyes on him. I remember years ago, somebody did a Zidane documentary where they just followed Zidane the whole game. Do yourself a favor. Just watch Carlos for an entire game. See how many defenders he draws. See how many openings he creates just by
he's
being
never
in and around the ball.
dispossessed.
Yeah, he doesn't give up the ball very easily. He's one of those guys that actually, when he gets bumped, his balance is uncanny, and he goes a little bit. He gets bumped and seems to get a burst of speed. So Carlos Vela is definitely still contributing to this team. It's just in different ways, and it's a good thing. LAFC's had, I think, 12 goal scorers, 12 different goal scorers already. That's incredible. Remember how you guys used to be, where it was like, oh, if Vela doesn't do it, we're not going to do it. This is a good problem to have now. And to Craig's point, still an open DP to pair with Vela. So watch what he does. He's doing the simpler things as he gets older, and I think he's still been really, really good. You just got to watch him a little bit more closely.
And these reports about a contract are very positive. We'll see if that gets firmed up here pretty soon. So, but is that really Ollie's feather in your hat? Someone mentioned that.
I'll never tell.
Oh, I hope it isn't.
No, it's
You're not supposed to touch Ollie's feathers because you put your
Right,
greasy
right.
fingers
So-
on it
No.
and she can't fly.
Did any of them?
They're all alive.
But I think, never mind.
Okay, guys.
Got dark there.
Rochambeau later.
Rochambeau.
So my stoppage time is the incredible weekend that we had here in Los Angeles, football-wise. Friday, Angel City, as Vince beautifully put, all these incredible memories that were made. Sunday, LAFC against Minnesota United, more memories, 2 victories. The Bank of California Stadium supposed to be open frequently so that we can create memories, so that they can pay for the building, quite frankly. By the way, Gage, who is the groundskeeper, lots of green on the field.
It looked
on a
very
busy
pretty.
weekend. There's no brown spots. There will be, because there's going to be concerts. Great place to see a concert. But when it comes to bringing certain fan bases together, you cannot beat this weekend. I was also there Saturday for a members event that I got to MC, so I got a lot of stadium time. And just give me a set of keys, or just leave the doors open so we can go in freely to experience our second home.
How many bottles of tequila did you walk out with?
I didn't. There was a tasting for tequila, but I didn't have it. They gifted me one.
I heard that that's what you were there for, and they were just like, we might as well put you to work.
No, I want the Cristalino though. I want the Cristalino. But great stuff. I look forward to other weekends like that, and that's the beautiful thing about having all these tenants. Bring them on. Bring them on.
All right, good stuff. You guys had great questions, and stoppage time pretty good this week, I'd say. I rate that. I'll give it a 7.5.
Wow.
10.5.
Don't forget, this and every 110 Football show is available as a podcast as well as our show on YouTube. So if you're at the gym or doing your daily commute, then search 110 Football in your podcast app of choice and magically appear on your phone.
As you know, another busy week here at 110 Football will continue in a couple hours with the expansion mansion. Vince, Max, and I will put a bow on match day 9. On Thursdays, Angels Wear Boots reacts to not only Angel City's first match, but a win to boot.
Lots of boots in there.
Lots of boots.
Das Boot.
And Football Without Borders will analyze the Champions League semifinals as well as maybe an MLS team winning the CCL.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Hey, Connor, you're Canadian. Do you say a boot?
No one says that.
Oh, that's not true.
That's-
Oh, wait, I saw Degrassi Junior High and everyone says a boot.
Yeah.
Degrassi Junior High.
Even Drake.
What are you
Even
talking
Drake.
about?
Hey, we'll see.
Thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you
We
on Saturday.
appreciate
Max
you.
will be on the call. We'll be back near HQ, so come see us and say hi near HQ.
See you at 4 p.m. Bye-bye.
Hola, soy Diego Palacios. Sigue Aguanten Fútbol.